Hi everybody, it's Janice Thompson from JazzleDazzleCrafts.com. Well, here we are coming to the end of our weekly suite. We've been doing Petal Passion suite this week, and this is the last card because tomorrow is Sunday and we'll be starting off a new suite. And well, wait till tomorrow to see what the suite for next week. I think you'll like it though. Okay, so today, those of you who follow me on Facebook will have already seen that one of the ladies in my team, Nikki, is a jamberry wrap. A jamberry rep! And they sell wraps for your nails. So she came round the other day and showed me how to apply the wraps. Now my nails are a bit of a mess just now, and they're very short and they're very fragile, but we put these wraps on. She did one hand with me and showed me how to do the other hand. So it was much fun, and these wraps that she gave me, I really like the colours and decided that I could make a card inspired by my nails. So just let me pan out a wee bit. This is what I came up with. You may have seen it already on Facebook. So quite a few people think that this looks like a very complicated card to make, but it's actually very simple. So I have agreed to do a tutorial video to let people see how I did this. It's actually a fairly quick card, so I'll just show you what I used. Again, as you've seen or will see if you watch my other videos, the base card is a sheet of A4 cut in half long ways and then folded in half. Just so that will stand like that or like that. Okay, so that's that bit, and then we have a layer here of Whisper White, which I'll just stick on the top there. But I'm going to, that's what I'm going to work with, and a scrap of Whisper White for making my sentiment, not Whisper White. Right, okay, so that's for doing the sentiment. So okay, the stamp set obviously we're using in this week is Petal Palette. We're going to use this leaf stamp and one of the little flower stamps, this one here. Alright, and this week I received from Stampin' Up head office, and I think it's London down south anyway, I received this thank you stamp set. It was a prize from a draw, the light's shining on it. There was a prize in a draw that from when I did my charity event for Ronald McDonald House. That's a charity that Stampin' Up support, and I will talk more about that in a future video, so watch this space. But then we're going to use this sentiment here that says thank you. This is a fabulous set. I was allowed to choose what set I got for my prize, and I thought this was a fantastic one because, like I've told you in a previous video, I've always got something to say thank you for. Okay, right, so I put everything aside that I don't need at the moment. So the thing that I do need, the piece I need just now, is I need a Whisper White layer. For this card I'm going to use a slightly different colour. I'm going to use a different pink. I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo and Peekaboo Peach. It was Peekaboo Peach I used in the middle of this one with the Melon Mambo, but I think it will give a completely different effect with the Flirty Flamingo. Now Peekaboo Peach and Flirty Flamingo are from last year's, well, from 2016 in colours, and they will go in June when the new catalogue comes out. They may come back in different ink sets, but for the moment at the end of May they will go off, and a new set of 5 in colours are likely to come in. But for the moment I thought, well, let's use them up. So these are what I'm using. But first of all, what I'm going to do is to give the white, what I'm going to do is emboss, stamp with Versamark, and then emboss with white embossing powder, and then it will be like, in the same way that wax resist works, this will resist the colour when I put the colour on. So let's see what the other thing you do have to do if you're wanting to do heat embossing is to use embossing buddy on your card. It's just a bit like a wee bag of cornstarch really, but it's just nice and handy. It comes already in the wee bag. And that stops any of the embossing powder sticking to the bits you don't want to. If you've been touching that with your fingers, there could be greasy finger marks, or there could indeed be some static in. So that it is just like a wee anti-static bag. So that's that. So hopefully the embossing powder will just go where I want it to. So I'm just going to ink up with the Versamark. It's a slow drying ink, so it's ideal for embossing powder, because you don't, you know, you could do quite a few things at once and then put the powder on. Now I'm just going to randomly stamp on this, and you do see it. In fact, probably because my Versamark pad is a little bit dirty, you'll see it even easier, because I think it's got kind of pink tinge. I do have grandchildren and I do let them use my things, so sometimes you know, the wrong thing goes in the wrong place, but do you know, I so love to share the joy of crafting with the children, and they love it, so the odd mistake we can live with. Just kind of random stamping some leaves around. I can't, because of the bright light I'm using to film with, not easy for me to see. I don't know if you're seeing either, and again, I'm filming at night. It's kind of hard to avoid sometimes. So that one is going on there, and I actually think that will be fine. That'll be fine enough. I'll pop that over so that we can clean it after the film, and I'm just going to take this little flower stamp, oops, and just aim for the spaces. Again, direction's not important in this kind of, and stamping off is quite good as well. Looks pretty good. Makes you look arty. And if I hold that up, I don't know if you see that. You might just move it about, you'll see it a bit. But if you have a go yourself, you'll be able to see what you're doing. Alrighty, so that's that. We put lid on the ink because we don't want any embossing powder in the ink. Again, store it vertically so that the ink stays even, and then put that on there. Sprinkle the white embossing powder all over. Hold it by the corner where there is no stamping. Tap off any excess. As you see, I'm using a piece of paper that's got a fold in the middle, and that way I can return any powder that I don't, any powder back to the jar. Just checking that. So then just close the paper over. Embossing powder back in jar for next time. Lid on. So embossing buddy, embossing powder and the Versamark ink are all available in the main catalogue. So now, yeah, I think you can see that quite nicely there now. So now I'm going to get in my heat gun. Now if you want to turn your volume down, I don't know if this will disturb you or not, but if you want to turn the volume down, just get ready. I'm switching it on now. I'm just going to let it heat up a wee bit before I offer it to the card. Just give it a second or two. It's glowing red now, so just take your time and you'll soon start. In fact, I'm going to do it from underneath. I don't know if you'll see better when it starts. have to do it from the top. You see some of it starting to not be so yellow and go whiter. I'm really not sure that you're going to see this very well on camera. Going over it till it's all white. Probably just a bit boring for you just now, but will not take long. I'm going to turn it. You have to be careful not to have it too close or else you'll scorch your paper. Well, in this instance not too bad because I'm going to be adding colour, but if you're not going to be adding colour you need to be more careful. I would normally hold it away from my pad because it's warping my paper. There we go. I think that's it all melted. So it's basically embossing powder is a plastic powder which melts. I think even like that. I don't know how. That is not shown up very well on camera. When I start adding the colour in a minute, it will. I'm just making sure that the heat gun was safe. Okay, so I'm now going to use, I have used one of the Stampin' Up sponges and I've cut it into just little wee, what do you call, wee slices. It's like a cake and I've just cut it up into 6 or 8 little wedges. That's the word I was looking for, wedges. So then I'm going to squeeze my ink pad so I can put some ink in the bottom. You see there, I've put some ink there. I'll do the same with my Flirty Flamingo. Because these are foam pads, if you just gently squeeze, there you go, and then you've got a bit of a paint palette in the lid. So this is the one that I already used for the Peekaboo Peach on the other cards. I'm just using this one here, trying, you know, not to cross-contaminate colours. So basically I'm just going to take the Peekaboo Peach and just swirl it down. Whoops. Pick up more colour. This is a fair bit of colour. I probably need a bit more before I'm done because I'm liking quite a strong kind of colour. So I'm just swirling that round, circular motion, so you're not getting any hard lines and you'll get different coverage as you go. I'm going to just squeeze a bit more here. Some people just dip the sponge into the ink pad, and yeah, you can do that too. I'm just going to add a bit more here and then just come from this end. I'm looking for quite strong colour here. And then I'm going to take this other one. Wow, I've warped all my pad with the heat gun, and we'll sort that out. So then I'm picking up some Flirty Flamingo and starting at this corner in circular motions, and you'll see and just go over into your Peekaboo Peach and you'll see the colours blend in a little bit. I don't know if you're hearing that music in the background, but I've got neighbours playing music. Usually I film on a weekday, usually during the day when all the neighbours are out at work, so I don't have to put up with, I mean, the noise isn't that annoying really, but it's, you'll maybe pick it up on the film. Just squeezing that to get a bit more ink again. Make sure I use the correct one. And again, just circular motions. Going over into my Peekaboo Peach so that you're kind of blending. It is soaking into the paper pretty quick. If you do this technique on the glossy paper, then it won't soak in quite as quickly and you'll be able to blend a bit more, but quite honestly I like the look that I'm getting just with my normal Whisper White card, the thin one that we normally stamp on. I find it is nice and smooth and I can work on that fine. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it at that because I like the different, let's maybe just get a bit more here. I like the fact that we've got light bits and dark bits, and then, you know, because I've gone over with that with the sponge, the embossing has resisted the colour. Just close my ink. Oh no, I'll keep that ink. I'll close this one over. Alrighty, and I'll just let that dry for a moment or two and I'll stamp my sentiment while I've got ink on there. So on this stamp, just going to put my sentiment, maybe I put it around the right way. I'm going to stamp this onto the scrap of white card with the Flirty Flamingo because it's the stronger of the two colours that I'm using today. So tap, 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 tap. Quite even coverage, however I have got it on the edge, but we'll see. I'll try and not transfer that onto the card. There we go. Cool. Like that. I think I used this stamp just the other day on a video. I really like that stamp. I really like that font. Just make sure that's sort of dry. And I'm just going to use the Starburst punch. Can you see? Just have your punch upside down, slip your card in. Make sure it's where you want it to be. And punch. Fab, I love it. Just love that crunchy noise that the punch makes when it cuts through the card. So I don't like this mess I've got here, so I am going to take this sheet off. I don't like the bump in my card either. So, right. So, of course that was a bit silly. Bright I'm not today. Right, so I'm just going to take the edge, my sentiment, and I'm just going to take my sponge that I used to on the main part of the card and just gently, just a gentle flick around the edge. Just a different way to finish off. You don't need to add any extra ink, as you see. It's just giving a nice pink edge. Nice and simple. Nice way to finish off. Okay, now where do you think I might have left? I had a class this morning, so I don't know where I've put my dimensionals. Have you any idea? Can anyone see? Oh, didn't tidy up. Oh, here they are. Here they are, here they are. One, I think 3, and that will be well balanced. So there we go. So that's that ready. Take that out the way. Here's our card. So there we are, we're just about to make up our card. Actually, I quite like this colourway too. It really has worked. I didn't practice beforehand. I just thought, let's have a go at a different colour. To tell the truth, I've no Melon Mambo card left, so I couldn't do another one in Melon Mambo. And usually quite like to do the second card in a slightly different colourway just to show you your options. So now I'm going to put this together, and I was looking for a snail but I don't have one, so will we just use wet glue just quickly. Like, oh no, here's the snail. There we go. The truth is, I had a class this morning, brought everything back through to my craft room and dumped it in a pile. Then went shopping, come in, organised what's for tea, and then came through to do this video because I want to put it out in a wee while, because it's the last in our wee series. Now, which way round shall we put this? Most of the flowers are up that way, so all I've done is just put some snail on the back, which is like a double-sided roller tape pen type thing, and again you'll find that in the main catalogue. And of course I've got squint. Not the best idea to lift it again, but I'm going to anyway because I just didn't get that. It's quite hard because normally I would have my head right over it when I'm crafting on my own, but because I'm doing the video I don't want to inflict the top of my head on you guys. So there we go, that's it, stuck down. That's looking kind really nice actually. I'm really pleased. Hope you like it. Okay, if you've stuck with me this far, thank you very much. If you don't mind, I would really appreciate